to Sports View with the crew, with your dynamic duo. I'm Glenn Allgood.
I'm BDT.
Man, what's good with you, man?
Everything's good, man. We got to kick this show off, of course. We're asking that everybody would continue to listen. And if you want to get in on the show, you can dial 407-894-1680. You can follow us on Twitter at WOKB1680 Sports. Or follow us on Instagram at WOKB1680 Sports _view. We've got a lot to talk about. Stephen Curry's big night. Talk about big night for the Dodgers, unfortunately for Brother Jarrell. We'll talk about NFL football, and the NBA 75 was released. So we've got a lot to talk about on this morning. I don't know what National Day it is, but I will say this. This is my favorite time to live in Florida. The weather is perfect. Perfect.
The weather is spectacular. It is gorgeous.
Man, this is the time. This is the time. All of that heat that y'all like, I can't. But this right here, God made this. God made this.
When you say all of when you say y'all, we don't like Floridians like heat. We don't like heat. We don't like heat either.
It's interesting because you're from.
We don't like heat.
You're from South Florida, and I remember when I first moved here, and I went to South Florida, and I immediately, as soon as my car hit Palm Beach County, I felt a different heat. So when people tell me, "Oh no, it's not different in South Florida," you out your mind. Please.
No, it is.
You out your mind.
It is
out of your mind. That heat in Miami in the middle of the summer, y'all can have all of that. Y'all can have every.
We don't like it either.
And I don't know why y'all built the Marlins Stadium that way. That's why there's nobody there. But anyway, we got to get into this. We got a whole lot packed into this small hour. So again, 407-894-1680. Top stories last night. We've got to start. We have no choice. We have no choice but to start a place where you don't want to start because you do not like the little light-skinned guy. But last night, the Golden State Warriors beat and held off the Los Angeles Clippers 115-113 in a great game. Steph Curry had 45 points and 10 rebounds, and he had a perfect first quarter. He had 25 points in the first quarter without missing a shot. 5 3-pointers, 9 from 9 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. A perfect quarter. And of course, the Clippers went on a run, a 21-3 run, but Steph hit 2 clutch threes to seal the game. What'd you think about Warriors Clippers last night?
It made me feel better about Warriors Lakers the night before.
What?
Because you know what I mean. Because you for one.
I'm trying to understand your logic. Why does it make you feel better? Because if the Clippers had beat the Warriors, and the Lakers lost, then that wouldn't. But since both the Clippers and the Lakers,
there would have been reason for Paul after that first game, because there's no way that they should have lost to the Golden State Warriors.
That's true.
The first game of this, you can't lose to them. And they were up. They were up by double digits, and then you lose to these guys. But that game last night, me and Angie watched it, and it made us both feel better about it, because she is an honorary Laker fan too. Everybody did. It is the great geezer.
Do not drag the brilliant, beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Into your foolishness.
She's always loved the Lakers. I'm telling y'all. Who do you think bought me the Lakers shirt to get at you and Jarrell?
That's because she adores her husband.
So yeah, last night, but it was a good game. And Golden State, as we see now, bro, they've got a team, and they like to play basketball. Greatness rubs off, and it is rubbed off on those young players over there. Draymond is back in his role as Draymond, and they're going to be nice. They're going to be nice in this 75th year that the NBA is celebrating. It's going to be that. I told Angie, because when I was a kid, I had bubblegum cards.
Okay.
Man, and I had Al Adolf and all those Nate Thurman. Remember those guys, Bishop?
Yeah.
From the Warriors. So I was real little kid. But I had them on. I had them pristine. And she was like, what did you do with them? I don't know. But last night they had on some like throwbacks. The Warriors did, and it reminded me of my basketball cards. Fleer.
Wow. And that hard, it just used to crack like crackers.
Yeah, the gum. It was horrible. Yeah.
Whoever made that gum is the same company that makes the communion tab.
Probably so.
Those communion discs, those are terrible.
So, but did you watch?
I did not watch. I was I went to bed early, and then I've been up. I got up around 2:30 and couldn't go back to sleep. So I watched the highlights while I was doing work, and then I went back to sleep around 8 o'clock, and then got up for the show. So it's been that kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, great. And I know you hate to see it, and I know you wanted to,
And we were talking, I just remember we were talking about Steph. Man, 45 points.
I know you wanted to punch him.
I did, but he's good. This is the Steph Curry as advertised. And that's what I like to see.
Always the Steph Curry.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
And the great thing is he can have a terrible game and still beat the Lakers. But I digress.
That's all right. They're going to catch their stride. And when they catch their stride, you can't get on.
No, I don't get on the bus.
You can't get on the bus.
I gave away thousands of dollars worth of Laker paraphernalia back in 2004. When I stopped being a Laker fan. I was a Laker fan for 25 years. The only thing that I still have of Lakers, I still have a Kareem jersey. I still have two Shaq jerseys and a Magic jersey. That's all I have. I gave away all my Kobe jerseys. I gave away Laker warm-up suits. I gave away a Laker leather jacket. I gave them all to my guy. He's a,
Do you kind of regret giving your mama stuff away now?
Yeah, now, but I couldn't have given them to a better person. Okay. And so Demetrius is a big Kobe fan. I gave him all of my stuff, and so But you're right. After now, I wish I had kept at least one Kobe. But back then, I'll be honest, I was mad at Kobe. I was mad at Kobe back then for the whole Shaq split and all of that. But
so was that.
Speaking of mad, last night and LA, the LA Dodgers stave off elimination of the Braves 11-2. 11-2, and man, it took a heroic effort. It took a heroic effort. 3 home runs by the same person. 3 home runs by the same person in order to beat the Braves, and now it is 3-2. And man. They fought. The guy got a hot bat, and he did his thing. Did you see any clips of that game?
I did. Actually, we were going back and forth. We were channel surfing, and this dude, he was hot last night. 3 home runs, 3 of them, man, 3 of them. And they pounded the Braves when they needed to, because it didn't look good for them. Atlanta was up 3-1. This was an elimination game, and Atlanta was playing really, really good. But last night it was all Dodger ball. So it's what they needed. They needed to stay alive. I think Atlanta's gonna ultimately win. I don't think they'll repeat.
Well, what's interesting, and we are at we are both showing our lack of sports commentator chops today, because we are both saying the guy. I don't even know his name.
I know, right?
He hit 3 home runs. I don't even know his name.
That's horrible.
That is so bad. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sleepy. But he hit 3 home runs. I don't even know his name. But
his name is Taylor. Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor. Way to go, man. Way to go. 3 home runs, 11-2. And you think that the Braves will eventually close it out, though?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's move on. We've got the Red Sox coming up. I don't want to talk about the Red Sox. I can't talk about the Red Sox, but my best friend John Gunn is a Red Sox fan. Of course, I'm a Yankees fan, and he says, "Well, at least you can be happy for me." I say, "Yeah, I'm happy for you, but I don't need to watch it." And
Bishop is a Red Sox fan.
Yeah.
How?
He is a humongous Red Sox fan.
Gosh.
He's from Virginia initially, and so
okay.
So he's a huge,
like
huge Red
Sox
fan.
But
he's like, man, you at least be happy for me. I'm happy for you. My wife even says, "You're not watching any of the playoff baseball." I said, I really don't care about any of these teams.
Are all Yankees fans like you? Do y'all check out? Do y'all check out if your team's not playing? Do you
sometimes
do you guys take your balls and go home? You take your baseball balls, your balls, bats, and gloves and go home.
If there's a team that I like a player or something, I'll keep watching. I want the Dodgers
Most Yankee
to win
fans
because Magic Johnson is a part owner. Other than that, Kershaw's not
Yankee
pitching,
fans.
So baseball season is over.
Wow.
It's just over. It's over, and I'm still really mad about the Yankees.
That seems to be common amongst Yankee fans. That's just all I'm saying. Just pointing it out.
And Aaron Boone got a 3-year contract. But anyway, last night in the NFL, the Browns beat the Broncos 17-14. The Browns without Baker Mayfield started Case Keenum. He was
Case Keenum. Case. He used to have the purple on.
Absolutely. He was 21 of 30.
And y'all gave him a raw deal. Okay, sorry.
We gave him a raw deal.
Y'all gave Case Keenum a raw deal.
My wife wanted to do that, but as she thinks the same way. She wanted to keep Case. But here's the problem, is that usually in sports, there are some exceptions, and he might have been the exception. Usually in sports, at a certain point, a backup is a backup for a reason. And yes, I agree. Had a great year, but it was hard.
Led y'all to the championship.
Yeah, but it was hard to not wonder if that was just a flash in the pan, if he was going to continue to do that, if you were going to bet your franchise on that. Because you remember the year your boy Tom Brady went down and Matt Castle was the quarterback.
I do. Yeah, at New England.
And he had a great year. They won 11-5, and he made himself a lot of money and became a starter.
Yeah, made a huge
City.
Right.
And he did nothing. He went right back to being a backup, playing like a backup. So that was the fear. That was the fear. But it's two situations, whether or not they gave up on Teddy too soon, or whether or not they, should have kept Case. All I know is they've spent a lot of money on Kirk Cousins, and you want to talk about the fact that because he's a Christian, that I shouldn't feel the way I feel.
I don't
But
know
him
how you.
being a
Yeah.
Christian has nothing to do with the fact that he is a quarterback who is a stat stuffer, but can't win you the game when it's on the line.
Wow.
So,
Tell me how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel about your quarterback.
it, like I said on my show yesterday, and it does not pay for me to be sleepy with a mic in front of me. It just does not pay for me to be sleepy with a mic in front of me. It doesn't work out well. That's why if you notice on my show yesterday, I didn't take calls. Because if it had gone left, I was going to go left with it. And so it just does not pay for me.
I know, man. I've had those days.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
so
I do.
I just, as one of my people said, it would have tested my Jesus, and I
Yes.
probably would have failed yesterday.
Oh, man.
Oh man. But Teddy had a tough game. He's injured. He's got a hurt foot. He's got a hurt quad. He was 23 of 33, $187, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. That interception he threw really, it was in the end zone, and it really changed the nature of the game. He just couldn't get enough on the ball to either get it to his receiver or get it out of the end zone. But I thought about you when I saw the guy because Cleveland's on their third string running back, and he was 22 carries for $146, and this is what made me think about you. His name is D'Ernest.
I know.
D'Ernest. So somebody is paying tribute to a father or grandfather from back in the day, but tried to contemporize it by putting the D apostrophe. His name is D'Ernest.
That's his name. And
but he had a great game.
Yes, he did. He ran hard last night. And it was a good game. And I didn't expect this game to be as good as it was. I like Baker Mayfield. I like these young Browns. And he showed this. What's the kid that plays on the D line? Big star. Myles Garrett, 26-year-old philanthropist already, and artist. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They showed they did a pregame clip on him, and it was really, really good about a mural that was painted on the side of a Cleveland building downtown of his grandma and him when he was like 6 months old. But you could tell it's him. But man, Cleveland looked really good last night with Case Keenum at the helm.
Case had a good game. Minister Darrell, man, actually, I started to text you, man, to come do the show today with us so that Glenn and I wouldn't be arguing, but we're doing pretty good today. But Minister Darrell says that, I got sour grapes because of the Yankees. I do.
You do.
You do.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody else sees it.
I'll admit it. I'm ticked off. I am really ticked off, and I'm more ticked off at Aaron Boone and the GM. And you can't win in the playoffs when your whole lineup is just sluggers. I mean, it's just, come on, stop it. But anyway, I digress. We get back to the Browns game. You thought this game was entertaining? I thought there was a lot of ineptitude. I thought the fact that both of them were below average was making it competitive.
Right. Yeah, and I always look for that in a game. And this was one of those games. They found, two similar opponents, and they were going at it. And I always want to see Teddy do good. I hate it when Teddy. So, but yeah, Cleveland looks solid, man. They're not, and they're 4-3, Bishop.
They're not going anywhere.
They're 4-3.
They weren't going anywhere.
If Baker was healthy, they would go somewhere.
No. Baker's a great pitch man. He's a great pitch man. He is a
Did you
great
see him on the
pitch-
sideline last night? Oh,
He
even
was
on the sideline,
frustrated.
it looked like he was making a commercial.
Right. All right. He's a great pitch man, and he's a decent NFL quarterback. He can make some things happen, but he's a decent NFL quarterback. He's not. And you can get to the Super Bowl with a decent NFL quarterback. I mean,
okay.
Trent Dilfer. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I know you like to hype him up, and you like the whole bad boy in him and all of that, and the whole vibrato.
He's confident. He can play quarter. He can play the position.
Okay. Here, as I get older, I hear old people phrases coming out of my mouth, and it's like, okay, I ain't gonna argue with you.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that one too.
I ain't gonna argue with you. Listen, let's keep it going. The NBA released its 75th anniversary, released its 75 greatest players, and I need to ask you a question on this one. And I haven't done this research, and I know I'm the NBA guy. But one of the questions I had that I got to check out is that if you made the 50th team, were you automatically put on the 75 team? Or are there players that replace some other players? Because in the last 25 years, there could be players that supersede those.
No.
So I don't know, but
how can you lose your spot? You can't lose your spot.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
You can't lose your spot. So the same 50. So I see what you're saying.
I don't
same
know
50 are there, and they added 25.
So you think, but if they didn't do that, your statement is
why would they not do that? Why would they not do? Yes.
Okay, so if you were the 50th guy to be,
how do you get bumped? You can't get bumped.
Okay, let me paint the scenario. If you were the 50th guy to make the 50 greatest players, and then over the last 25 years, somebody has a career that's better than yours, you can't get bumped. I know we're already into what you're viewing. We're going to talk about alleged snubs in the second half of the show, but
no, you don't get bumped. You make another category. You move up. This isn't it. You do the 75. You move up. You don't get bumped.
Okay, let me
just like you can't lose your starting position to injury.
That used to be the rule, but we've seen in the NFL.
No, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that ain't true.
Yes, you can. And let's take it all the way back to high school. So you were, let's say, you were the second cornerback on your high school team. I know you played running back. Saying, let's say running back. Let's say you were second string running back. Your junior year, so you come back your senior year, and your expectation is that you're going to be the first string running back, and then up pops this sophomore. What do you that's better than you?
Yeah, but that's not the same. That's not the same.
Is that the competitive you saying is not the same, or is it the nostalgic you and sentimental you?
That's it. Because these are accomplishments that have been done. These are feats that have already been done.
So the concrete is dry.
Right.
That's
right.
I don't
Here's
know.
my history.
I'm gonna have to do some research and see what happens.
Here's my legacy. That would be like legacy shaming.
So they're taking the statue. They're taking the statue down.
Yeah, right. Right. Bro, leave my statue up. Man, listen, bro. From what Condoleezza Rice said the other day, they're going to put some of these statues back up. They're going to put some of these they're going to.
Making changes does not exist anymore. And this is
I'm just saying. You saw it too.
You and Condoleezza Rice and critical race theory and all that.
Oh my God.
No place in the show today. You're going to get kicked. You're going to get kicked out the barbershop.
I know, right?
You're going to get kicked out the barbershop.
I'm just saying.
I was looking at the list. Rachel Nichols, actually, on our Instagram feed, had the list.
I like Rachel Nichols.
Had the list of the people who voted, and she was a voter. And it was former players. It was former president, former coaches, executives, media persons. I mean, Pop voted. Pat Riley voted. And so this is a legitimate situation. And so they released the usual suspects, made it and the like. And so we celebrate. But I got to go back and do some research to see if you were in the 50, should you be
in the 75?
Or did you automatically? So did they just add 25?
That's good. That's a really good question. That's really good. Yeah.
They just add 25. I don't know. We'll see.
How does Giannis get in already?
Because he's 6'10" and
But already.
And that's the thing. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Listen, this is the Sports View with the Crew. I've got my man, the great Glenn Allgood right now, and we've talked about Steph Curry and his 45-10.
Bro,
about the Dodgers. We've covered the NFL, at least Thursday night NFL, which still is egregious.
No, it's not. No. Anytime you can get an NFL football game, you watch it. You take it. Just like they saw the brilliance of adding a Monday Night Football playoff game. That is brilliant. Gives us more football. We love football.
So anytime you can get an NFL game, you should watch it. But what about the players?
They'll space it. They'll find a way to work it out. This is how they get paid.
Okay. You just find a way to work it out with.
Find a way to work it out. I think they get paid with your body every other Thursday. Their paycheck clears, and they've got benefits that you and I don't.
You can't defend this. You just want to see more football, but you can't defend this. You cannot defend this. This is indefensible.
So no. But so that the NFL has painstakingly taken the steps to make it easier on them. The equipment, minutes played.
No, there are no minutes restrictions in the NFL. There are no minutes.
Equipment.
So equipment, everything, technology does change, but the reality is, you remember the interview when the former NFL said that when that ball snaps, it's a car crash on the line.
I think they said like 40, 60 miles an hour.
Every snap.
Yeah.
But you say more football.
They're making it.
So I play on Sunday, and I got to play on Thursday. And you say more football.
No.
My body has not recovered.
And then, but two, you get that the Thursday to the next Sunday.
Okay.
So it balances out.
Okay,
it balances out.
No. Once a bruise or an injury or body fatigue has happened, it doesn't matter that you get an off day. You still hurt. You still
407-894-1680. If you agree with me that football is football and football is great any time of the week, or you agree with Bishop that it should be limited.
Thursday night is egregious, but it's egregious.
We got Thursday, and then later in the season, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
It's egregious, and you're just speaking as a fan. You're just speaking as a fan. You're just speaking as a fan. You're not speaking as a person whose family member is going through that punishment. You're not speaking, but then, you know, as long as the checks are clearing, but
every other Thursday they say.
Okay. And direct, we got to stop saying checks. It's a direct deposit. It's a direct deposit. Listen, it's that time. This is Sports View with the crew, so it's time for What's Your View. The great Glenn Allgood and I will have a couple of minutes or less if needed to give our view on selected sports stories. And so let's go. Let's start with the NBA. What's your view? NBA 75, they're saying that some snubs are Dwight Howard, Tracy McGrady, Klay Thompson.
Wow.
Grant Hill.
Who? Grant Hill? Grant Hill's not there?
Those. So, what say you, Great Glenn Allgood?
I say
Dwight, and here's how I want to ask the question. I want to ask the question as a commentator and not a fan. So,
okay.
In asking the question as a commentator and not a fan, if Dwight, T-Mac, Klay Thompson, if they get on, who do you take off? Because there's only 75. So you can't just say Dwight should have made it, Klay should have made it. No. Since there's only 75 to put them on, you've got to take somebody off. My boy Damon Barr says that Thursday games mess up his fantasy score because, like I said, Thursday games are no good. They don't even play well on Thursdays.
Come on.
They're so tired and beat
Thursday?
up. They don't even play well.
Everybody loves Thursday night football on the
No, they don't even play well. So it messes up your fantasy points because your players are too tired to be at their maximum capacity and their maximum effectiveness. Good morning, Janet. Good morning. Good morning. So if you think a player should go on, who do you take off?
I'm looking now.
Because what we like to say, we do the same thing with all-star teams. NBA all-star, so-and-so should have been an all-star. Okay, who do you take off? So-and-so.
Some of these old, I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying now.
It's only 75 slots. It's only 75 slots. So if
because I got to some of these old timers, these old like Dolph Shays, Bill Sharman.
They were great players.
I know, but I never seen them play. I'm not putting them on the list.
Which is unfair.
Is that okay? No. Is that okay?
So you didn't.
But I'm a voter. I'm voting.
So
it's coming from my perspective.
So you shouldn't be a voter.
What do you ask? Did I gotta vote for some ancient guy? Did I never see him play like Dolph Shays?
You don't have the perspective of the 75 years.
All of Dolph Shays' highlights are in black and white.
But that does not negate the fact that he was a great player.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Dolph
so Shays, I hear the argument now.
Elvin Hayes. So who do you if you take the big man, if you just let's say,
and see, there's another one. He's at Wes Unseld. And you guys know you and Jarrella. I like Wes. I like him. But you wouldn't have put him on it either.
Yes, I would have.
No, not Wes Unseld.
So let me ask a question. What's your view? So do you take Wes Unseld off for Dwight Howard.
You may see you. That's all. You're not playing fair, bro.
I'm just asking the question. If there's 75 slots. Okay,
yeah. I'm taking Wes off and I'm putting D12 on.
Oh my!
I'm taking Wes off and I'm putting D12 on.
Oh my goodness!
The way that it's rolling now, yes.
Are you kidding me?
No.
So
I'm taking Wes off and putting Dwight on. Keep going.
Oh, I wish it for a lot of different reasons, but I wish this was a nationally syndicated show right now. Your Twitter feed would be going bananas. They would be killing you.
What about Bill Walton?
I don't even like him, and he's got to be on there.
I feel you too, because I don't like him.
I don't even like him, and he's got. Now, I will say this, that he's shaky because I've always said that his NBA Hall of Fame and his NBA lore is tied to what he did in college.
Yeah,
it's tied to because he won the early championship in Portland, but then injuries started to get to him, and he was just waving towels and stuff with ML Carr at Boston. So you can't really, but he and Kareem were probably the best college
UCLA
ever.
Yeah.
So, D says you must be 75 or older to vote. It's all of us have a bias to our generation. But if you look at, the great Glenn Allgood has said, I can't wait to tweet this out later. And the great Glenn Allgood has said that Wes Unseld, the Washington Bullets, Wes Unseld should be removed and replaced with Dwight Howard.
You said Dwight. Yeah, I'll roll.
Wow.
He may not have the body of work, but as players go.
So you're
as players go right now, if in their primes and you were picking teams, Bishop, and you had to pick, and the pick came up between West and D12, you would pick D12 for your 3-on-3.
That's not that's
yes, you would.
No.
Yes, you would.
Let me tell you, that is
right.
Can I? That is the twisted view of today's fans. We take NBA players and we put them on pickup situations. So what I choose, I'm not choosing for 3-on-3. I'm not choosing for 1-on-1. I'm choosing for the National Basketball Association for seasons and playoffs. It's just like, I don't do this debate anymore. I love Doris Burke. Doris Burke said something. There's a difference between DB said there's a difference between being a top talent and a top player.
Okay.
Everybody who's got the talent does not necessarily become a top player. And everybody who's a top talent does not always play. She said, and she was talking about Anthony Davis. She says he is a top 5 talent, but he is not always a top 5 player. And that is so critical. So
I listen to DB.
This is not 3-on-3. So even though I don't do this debate,
right?
I don't do the whole
LeBron. You said you don't, but it's going to spill over.
No.
You said that. You said it, but it's going to come out. It's going to come out because you can't help it.
But here's what I thought about the other day, and I had gotten off this debate. But here's what I thought about.
I saw your tweet.
Here's what I thought about. If you're talking about an NBA Finals series, okay? Not some pickup game at the Y, not some one-on-one game at the park in the hood. if you're talking about the NBA Finals, and if you take Jordan in his prime and the best team he ever had, and if you take LeBron in his prime and the best team he ever had, so everybody's at their best team in their prime, Jordan's going to win that series. Jordan is going to win that series. I don't care what y'all say. And Jordan's not my guy. But he's going to win that series. Stop trying to do. No. Talk about does LeBron have the best basketball talent ever when you combine all the skills of basketball?
Probably so. Yeah.
Has he had
rebounding,
best career,
speed, agility, footwork, inside game, outside game?
But when you talk about best player, if you take Jordan's best team in his prime and LeBron's best team, whatever that is, in his prime, Jordan's going to win that series. All day, every year, and even on Thursday night football night, he's going to win that. So to me, that ends the argument.
Okay.
Everything else after that is a preference. You can just say you prefer one. But if you take Jordan at his prime with his team, no excuses. LeBron with his best team, they may get beat 4-1.
I'm just so glad. You know what? I'm just sitting here and I'm just thanking God because I know that it was repressed in you. But I know that you always loved Michael Jordan. I know that you always knew that Michael Jordan was the greatest of all time. I knew that you always knew that. And even in a roundabout way, it just came out. Some of it came out, but I knew it. So I knew you were okay.
Glenn likes to Dr. Phil me. He
I knew it.
Psychoanalyze me, and no, I had really forgot about it, but it hit me. It's like, man, they're gonna get beat like 4-1.
Yeah. Bishop wants to say that Magic is the greatest of all time.
He's my
like everybody else knows that it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I have never ever said that Magic was the greatest player of all time. Ever. I have said he's my favorite player of all time. I'm riding with him, period. That is my preference.
Okay.
That's my preference. Unlike you, I can separate preference from facts.
But it looks like you would use your preference in your analogy. You just use it, and in your analogy, instead of using your preference, you use the great Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I use
facts. Because he's the greatest of all time.
Okay. So
that's why you used it.
I didn't even put this on the run, but let me go ahead and do it. So when LeBron becomes the all-time leading scorer, he's going to top Kareem.
He is.
He's going. Then is he the greatest of all time?
It'll still be Mike.
Okay.
It'll still be Mike.
What's your view? We got a few minutes left. Let's move. And folks, just so that y'all know, Glenn is very good at diversion. And so he diverted from the snub question. He only did one player. And
this was relevant.
And the only reason he did that one player is because he doesn't like the fact that Jarrell and I don't like Dwight Howard.
Right.
And so he doesn't. But it is. Tyrone Wallace says he feels Kobe is the greatest. That's that. And he has that right.
Kobe is bad.
He has that right. And it's amazing the number of people that Kobe has affected. The three-pointer that Candace Parker hit to send them ahead in the championship game. I love Candace Parker. To send them ahead in the WNBA finals. There's a video out there with Kobe teaching her what to do in her setup.
Wow.
And he trained so many people. Let's get to the, and I can't even say this fast. Matter of fact, you are the articulate one on radio, so say it fast.
The
Sixer-Simmons saga.
Sixer-Simmons saga.
That boy's a professional. That boy good. That boy good. You got it. So Ben Simmons suspended. He's at practice with his cell phone in his pocket. He's he's asked to get into the defensive drill. He says no. Daryl Morey comes out yesterday and says this could go on for 4 years. He says, I'm not trading him without getting value. What should happen in the Sixer-Simmons saga?
Just like in other sports, I think the commissioner may have to step in.
Commissioner?
Come on. That's why Chris Paul didn't go to go with his boy.
That's two different things.
No, it is not. No, it is not. They were trying to shift the balance of power and trying to control the balance of power. The commissioner stepped in.
This has nothing to do with nothing to do with balance of power.
No.
This has nothing to do with balance of power. I want to read you something, and maybe this will help your answer. This is one Sports Illustrated reported. When you come out of college, you have a scouting report. This was the scouting report on Ben Simmons. 6'10", 240, 6'11" wingspan, standing reach, 8'11". Here was the synopsis. Simmons' lack of competitiveness in crucial games has raised questions about his character. Those who know him best say he needs things to revolve around him on and off the court, and that he's often been closed-minded to coaching or instruction. That was his synopsis on draft. Now, even if they knew this, you still take he went number one. So obviously somebody said, but he's 6'10" and plays point guard. But those who know him best say he needs things to revolve around him on and off the court, and he's often been closed by coaching or instruction, and his lack of competitiveness in crucial games. I used to watch him at LSU, and he disappeared in crucial games. So the explanation or the synopsis of Ben Simmons when he's coming into the league sounds like him right now. What do you think?
It does. And this is so unfortunate because I like Ben Simmons. When people were riding high on him, I liked him. I like this kid. I don't know where this came from. It's like he's pouting or something.
Well, somebody knew where it came from the beginning.
So, and then you reach like a stalemate with your team, and it's just weird. That whole situation is weird. Somebody needs to be the adult in the situation and do the right thing.
Glenn, you're echoing in the studio. I don't, but my brother Marcus, he's saying that's the exact issue. That's the exact issue. Darren Barr says he's not good at all. He is good. He's really,
yes, he
really
is. Yes, he is. Yeah,
he's really, really good at. But he's a baby. He's used to being catered to. This is why I don't like the internet, though. Why I don't like the internet. Robert Littal, Black Sports Online. Robert Littal came out and said, "Hey Ben, I know you're mad at Doc for what he said after the game in the playoffs. I know you're mad at Embiid, but Robert Littal said, "But hey, Ben, Kylie Jenner cheated on you 6 times, and you forgave her and brought her back, and she still left you for Devin Booker. If you forgive her, I hate the internet. Why can't you forgive Doc and Embiid and your teammates? I hate the
Oh, I hate the internet too. It always wins. It always wins, Bishop. You can believe it.
Always wins. We gotta hurry. We gotta hurry.
Jeez.
There's nothing for me to talk about in the Magic View. There's nothing at all for me to talk about. But we're gonna close today on your Miami Dolphins.
You want me to play this? Do we have time?
Let me set it up.
Okay.
Because the question that you've got to ask is, should you trade Tua for Deshaun Watson? Play the Louis Riddick commentary.
All right. Since we're talking about Miami, look, I don't right now compare, and let's just think about like the situation has been totally different. And if we look at that, it's not look at the situation. Great mentors that really worked this career. Last year, you guys like Pat Hamilton, and then this year, you guys like Brandon Staley and Marty. These are all people healthy. He hasn't had the help. He hasn't had the men. He hasn't been the same and so right now, I declaration that what he is as far as prospect in the NFL, you have to understand the game. I understand that that's the but as far as he has not been set up as and at the quarterback position, opposite him, I would definitely that because I think as the second stack against some of the
Great Glenn Allgood, Louis Riddick, former GM, current Monday Night Football analyst, says that you can't compare the two because of the organizations that the two went into. Lifelong Miami Dolphin fan, hater of Tua. What do you say?
Those are strong words. Those are strong. Hater is a strong word. And I don't know if I would use that as much as I'm not sold yet.
And he gave you the reasons why you can't.
He surely did.
Sold.
I love the Louis Riddick is good.
So
what's that?
The organization has not been prepared to coach a young quarterback.
Maybe we haven't had the personnel that Justin Herbert had. To that was special. You know what I'm saying?
So I would, if I was in the studio, I would shake your hand because I am so proud that you are willing to admit that.
Yeah.
You are willing to admit that it was a different situation.
Yeah.
And it could still be a difference in talent, but it's not only a difference in talent. It's a difference in, man, I'm proud of you. You growing, man. You growing. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You growing. Listen, we got to get out of here. But I want to throw in, the beginning of the show is called the kickoff. I want to end the show with what I want to call the extra point. 30 seconds for you, just a final point you want to make, about anything It could have been on the run. It could have not been on the run. What's your extra point?
My extra point is the Florida A&M Rattlers. We're cruising. We introduced ourselves to the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We're 3-0. I'm feeling for Bethune. I hope that they can at least post one victory and make this year's classic one that we can watch. I'm looking forward to it because they beat up on us for 9 straight years, Bishop. 9 of them. So I'm looking forward to the classic and my Florida A&M University Raptors whomping up on the Bethune-Cookman University Wildcats.
Great extra point. Also, right now, the 100 is finally ranked higher than Cookman's Band again.
I hate you.
Here's my extra point real quick. It's homecoming weekend at Seminole High School. We got Lake Mary on tonight, our rivals. They are undefeated. They think that this is their chance to finally get us. It ain't going to happen. Man, I've enjoyed being back in the saddle with the show. I appreciate you all for welcoming me back. This has been Sports View with the crew. Greg Glenn Allgood, close us out.
Man, let's join us same time, same channel next week right here on Sports View with the crew, WOKBradio.com. I'm Glenn Allgood.
I'm BT.
See ya.